this video, you could kind of say it's like an origins video, you know, like X-Files Origins Wolverine or something like that. Or the alternative title is how did I get here? So let's start with how did I get here in terms of designing your life on purpose course. It started a long time ago, actually. I had a really horrible gig with a horrible client that I left. I'm sure many people can relate. I felt it was eroding my self-esteem, my sense of worth. It just wasn't the same person when I was on that gig, and I really needed to take the time to sort through my thinking, what it is that I actually wanted to do. Was this the sort of stuff that I wanted to do? I didn't know, so I needed to investigate what I should do. And the real analysis, I looked out there into the market to see what was out there that would help me answer that question. What could I possibly do? What course could I take? What activity could I do? There was nothing out there. There's a few more things now, but then about 7 or so years ago, there was literally nothing, and it was just crickets. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have to solve this problem myself. So I started experimenting. I said to myself, let's take charge and start trying a few different things to see if you can sort this out yourself. To see if you can determine what and how and what I want my life to go. These little activities are gleaned from all sorts of places. So it could have been from a book, it could have come from a conference, it could have been something I overheard, it could be from a story. The little activities came from loads and loads of different places. They were definitely not a do this and you will design your life better. They were much more like, here is a concept, and I would have to do self. Boy, I talk to myself a lot. Self, what is the application of this theory? Where do you think it could apply? Self. Some of them worked and some of them absolutely did not. So luckily I was just experimenting myself. So nobody else was harmed in going through this process. No animals, no children, no fully fledged adults. Nobody was harmed. It was just me trying things out against myself. As a result, I realized that some things were really helpful, some things were not helpful. The things that were not helpful got jettisoned, flicked away, just let's not worry about let's not worry about those. The things that were really helpful started to create a framework, a process about how I could do this. Then in my education, my self-learning evolved. I realized that I was getting clearer and clearer about what that framework might be. And each year I was getting better and better at actually getting what I wanted out of life, heading towards the things that I wanted to focus on. I kept investing in myself, looking for ways, methods, techniques. I had a course that I went on that was really helpful. It was loads of really helpful information. In fact, because of that course, I became an author. Not a bad outcome. The book I wrote is called, you can still get it. I have a few, so let me know if you want them. The book is called Working Your Mojo, which is about entrepreneurial thinking for musicians. And for me, I tell people that the book was an abject failure, and it is. It was totally the wrong audience and not the book I should have written at all. But I learned stacks through that process, and many elements of the book are actually part of my Design Your Life on Purpose. Plus, I'm an author now, so that's a really good thing. Yay me. But fast forward, and what continued to work on myself, I also started using these activities that I'd worked out when I was coaching people or in my organizational change management practice. Then some girlfriends suggested that thing you do every year and plan out your next year, and you do all these amazing things, can I please do that too? And that was a real, hang on a second. This thing that I've been doing year after year to create a better life for me, other people might want that too. Is this like the one business idea I've been searching my whole life for my unrelenting standards around? Who knows? But I love it. And I think it really helps people, as I already has when I shared aspects of it. So when I shared different components, people resonated with it really well. So, okay, challenge accepted, universe. Let's see we could look at to see if we could guide people on how to design their life. So then I started working about how and what that might look like and how I might make that work. Of course, I decided that I'd do this in 2020 when we're all in lockdown and we didn't quite know what this coronavirus thing was going to do to us. And yeah, I'm glad I did, because it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted. I was going to do it in May and we were in lockdown in Australia at that time. But what I ended up doing was taking some time to do like a little mini pilot and find out how that could work. That pilot was actually part of the Design Your Life program. It's the first part. It's called Reflection Revolution. And I learnt so much by taking that step and then the next step. So now, fast forward to today, I'm running the Design Your Life on Purpose course and other programs and stuff I do for corporates. And it's actually working out exactly as I planned. So literally, I'm designing my life and showing people how to design their lives. Yay. I love it when a plan comes together. Yours collaboratively, Christina Morgan Meldrum.